Hi, everybody on Facebook. We're about to go live. There it is. Hey, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura. Welcome to the show. Oh, there's one person on Facebook watching. Tonight, if you are on Facebook, you're coming in, you might want to dial in as my queue is not full. Matter of fact, it's kind of empty tonight. Not quite sure why. Oh, that's Christina. Hi, Christina. Yes, if anybody wants to connect from Facebook, call the number that's on the screen. I'll see if I can get it for you. It's area code 347-945-5849. But I do have a couple of people waiting there now on Blog Talk Radio, and then it looks like you'll be able to get in for a reading if you'd like. Okay, so tonight we're going to have a focus subject. I'm also going to do live readings, as I usually do. And there's a website for the show, which I'd like. Oh, somebody's getting all excited about the live readings. There's a website for the show called spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And that's a page on my website, spiritmediumlaura.com. Okay. So I'm Spirit Medium Laura, and I'm pleased to meet you this evening. So happy to be here with you. On the show, we'll do messages, we'll do mediumship, and everything is done as a clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairaudient, clairsentient as well. Those three are the primary senses that I use. I'm not going to spirit in any other way other than receiving what they're sending me. I'm not using a card reading or anything like that. It's just that's the way I work. And everybody's a little different, which makes this work so fascinating, actually. And tonight's little focus subject is going to be, well, before I go into that, let me just give you a couple of offers. The first offer is if you would like a free numerology report, go to spiritmediumtv.com and sign up for a mailing list. You will immediately be sent to a place where you can get free resources, one of which is a free numerology report. The next thing is that you can get a third more time free in your reading if you use the code radio show when you're booking your appointment, and you book at booklaura.com. Everything can really be done at Spirit. You'll see it on spiritmediumtv.com also, but you can go directly to the booking page with booklaura.com. So if you use radio show in the event code field when you're booking your private appointment, you will obtain a third more time free. I call that the free for me. Okay, and then of course there's a donation, which goes to help animals and other charities. I just donated to the Bahamas, and so anything that comes into this particular practice that I do is going to go to some charity or other, depending on what's going on. Every month I do donate to an animal charity, and I've also extended a donation to the Bahamas. I don't know, guys, about you, but I think it is important to share, help as many people as we can. Of course, we don't want to overdo it, otherwise we can't take care of ourselves. But I do feel good when I extend my resources to other people as well as myself. So tonight's focus subject is how to create reality. Now that might sound like I'm going to talk about spells or something, but I'm going to talk about metaphysics. Law of attraction and manifesting and all that kind of stuff. But it's from a different slant. And so I wrote an article on it. Again, if you're on our mailing list, you'll get the articles. If you go to Spirit Medium TV, you'll see, a lot of people did come in here. Okay, good. I'm glad to see you're all here. A lot of people did dial into the show. But in any event, if you want to get articles like How to Create Reality and messages from the other side that are very compelling, healing messages for you to improve your life, improve how you're living, join the mailing list at spiritmediumtv.com. So have you, are any of you in a situation where no matter what you do, no matter how many candles you burn, how many prayers you do, how many times you stomp your feet, many times you cry, how many times you play the victim. Nothing's happening in an area in your life. Something you really, really want. It could be love, it could be money, it could be health. Maybe it's a problem with healing you need, or maybe just weight loss is a big one. That's like an epidemic these days. And no judgment, but as far as health goes, carrying extra weight on the form is a big health problem. It's like the first step towards degenerative diseases. I'm a health coach too, so kind of into all that stuff. I don't know why, but nevertheless, we all are what we are. So in any event, it hit me last week as I was laboring with my particular, shall we say, repeating pattern, my issue that I was trying to handle with my own efforts, and around and round and round and round, and trying it this way and doing it that way, and still ending up with the same results, which weren't good. So all of a sudden, in the middle of all this, realizing that I was in a pattern, sometimes we don't even know we're in a pattern, right? First step of getting out of a pattern is to know you're in one. Well, all of a sudden, I had an epiphany after realizing that I'm in this circle. And I saw, suddenly I had a vision. I always pay attention to my visions because I think it's messages. And the vision was of me being a digital being, me made up of nothing more than positive and negative ions, electrons, charges. And everything really is a charge. Everything is a positive or negative. Everything is energy. We're all made of energy. And from this little thought, I realized, well, there's no good or bad. There just is. And so as I went into that space of things just being, I felt somehow better, like maybe it's not so bad to be in the pattern. Maybe I made a judgment that things have to be a certain way. But I can tell you, after writing the article and doing some channeling on it, the answer is when we learn how to not be in a judgment situation, but rather just simply be, right? We just accept, be in the moment of now. All of these things sort of just melt away. We realize there's no good, there's no bad, they're just events. And when we get to that place, that's where we create. That's when we create reality. So if you are trying to do a vision board, for example, or whatever your manifesting techniques are, visualizing, affirming, whatever it is, if you move into the space of just experiencing it as if you're there now, okay, versus wanting it or believing that you need it or having a judgment, you must have this. If you move away from that to just experiencing it as if it's happening now, you'll sort of shift everything. You'll shift it all. I have a friend who just told me a story, which I didn't put in the article, but I probably should go back and write it in there. And she told me that she always wanted this beautiful watch, but it was really exorbitantly expensive, very, very out of her league. And so what she used to do, so she couldn't really afford to buy it, or at least she believed she couldn't afford to buy it, is she used to go and visit the watch, go to the location, go into the store, look at the watch, try the watch on, enjoy the watch. She literally went in and enjoyed the watch and put it back on the shelf or back under the case, wherever she was looking at it from. Couple of maybe, I don't know exactly the timeline, maybe it was a year and a half, I'm not quite sure, but it was a period of time. She got a bonus at work, and the bonus was for the exact amount of that watch. So she looked at it as a sign like she was supposed to buy the watch, and she did. But that's how things work. She wasn't worried about having the watch. She wasn't in judgment about having the watch or believing she could have the watch or believing she couldn't have the watch or thinking she must have the watch. She just went and enjoyed the watch. So if you're wanting anything in your life, just visualize it, maybe experience it on some level, virtual or tangible. Maybe you can actually go visit your watch, if you will, and then watch what happens. Excuse the pun. See what happens. Because I betcha, dollars for donuts, that this thing will come to you. So that is my little sharing today on my most recent experience with how to create reality. Okay, let's go to the phone lines. Let's see what life has in store for us. The first call this evening was Amy, and Amy aimed at her dialing mechanism. And she hit the bullseye, called the radio show. Hi, Amy. I'm great. How are you? How you doing? Yeah, can I use you for a second as an example? Because you had made it kind of public. Yeah, like when you were going to sell your house, you wanted to sell your house, right? Where is it? Where was the location of the house? Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay. And you were very anxious about selling the house. And I kept saying, it's going to sell, eventually it will sell. But so long as we're in the judgment of anxiety or the belief of it, the possibility it might not sell, we're not operating on that higher level vibrationally where things can happen. So anytime we're worried. So of course our house sold. Yeah, of course it's sold. It's going to sell eventually, right? So I know that you know this. I'm not saying it to correct you or anything. I'm just sharing how this works in reality. When we let go of worry, that's when things can come to us. Give me a moment while I put my phone on silent because the pesky little thing is talking to me. Okay, do you have a question today or another side request? What can Spirit do for you? Oh, well. Hmm. Absolutely. Okay, well, yeah, absolutely. Now you're certain of your purpose, correct? I know what your heart longs to do is to be a healer, right? Um, um, it's more than a healer, it's actually a nutritional coach, right? Is that what you'd call it, or what? Mhm. Okay. Absolutely. Well, the message is coming in that you should now get very organized and orderly with your approach to the business. Look at it as a business, not only a service modality, but also a business. You need to put things in order in your home, in your house, in your head, so that you are now ready for that. That means organizing a service structure, pricing structure, how you will go about implementing. Like, for example, are you going to sell time to talk to people? Your service. Are you going to sell product? How are you going to go about this? How? The how needs to be defined more. As you do that, that's how you enter that virtual space we were talking about, like visiting the watch, right? You're actually creating the business. And in as cost effective way as possible, because I hear that for you, you need to really think about using logic and not expending too much in any one direction, but keeping a financial footprint that's very conservative for now until you start to see the clients come in. I'm going to So the answer is to start creating that reality. Start visiting your reality, like visiting watch. Start trying it on. And then it also could mean that you start working with people. You can do it on a, I'm going to just see. Oh, okay. Are you, I get very clearly that you might already be doing this, but if you're not, you might want to consider it. I think you told me you have a favorite health food store you go to, right? Are you, yeah. Have you spoken to the owners of any of those stores to become a consultant on the floor? Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense. Well, this is what I see. So I do see you in a retail environment advising people. So however that's going to happen, yeah, that could be a lead for you. Maybe it's just casual, yeah, maybe it's just you talking to people in the store, maybe it doesn't, and that's again, trying on the watch, it's trying on the clothes of being this particular, I hear intuitive healer. It's not just what you know, it's also your intuition blended with all of that. And I also have a vision of somebody that you're going to run into that looks like she has an open wound on her left calf. It's on the inside of the calf going up. It's either, maybe they're showing it to me as an open wound, maybe it's not an open wound, but I see this radiating redness in there. And that you would be helping her in some way. Maybe she's going to come to you, but I see her standing and talking to you, and I think it's in a retail environment. So the message is look for your opportunities. You can start doing this work as a virtual reality, if you will, and then also set it up now to get ready. I'm not quite sure why you have a problem with this. If you would like, because to me it looks pretty obvious that you can do this very easily, but I don't see any blocks in you. If you want, I could look at blocks. I don't think I don't think you have any. Go ahead. What were you going to say? You're cute. No, you don't really have any blocks in doing this. Your healing energy is good. You're open, very open to doing this. You will do it. It doesn't really take a lot of energy for you to do this. It's very natural. And you will get going on it. Just a little bit of procrastination. But that was because you were tied up with the Tulsa thing, house. So now you're ready to move to the next thing. So no worries. You're ready. And just find a little part of it to start with and go ahead and do it. Okay? Yeah, I guess, but we put our house in order, then everything else can get in order. This is just a matter of you getting going on it, and you will. Yeah, I do see you doing it. Okay? Thank you, my love. Okay, take care, honey. Thanks. Bye-bye, honey. By the way, if Nathaniel is out there listening, please call the show so I can get your phone number. I want to talk to you. I feel badly about your situation, and I just want to have a side conversation with you. I'll be saying this from time to time. I don't see him in the queue, and I don't know. I just think of you, Nathaniel, every now and then, and I just feel like you need a little bit more talking to from me, see if anything else can be said. Okay, I'm now going to Julie, who is at area code 609. Hi, hi, hi. So we were talking earlier, and I pre-screened the callers, everyone. Today, there weren't a lot of callers in the pre-screening queue, a lot more here now, and I'm very grateful for all of you. But Julie she wasn't sure, what she wanted from spirit, and I felt very strongly other side connection from a male to you, an older male. And And you said something about seeing numbers, and then I realized there's a connection. I do believe that, that there's a signal there. So let's go explore that, okay? And see where that goes. Right there? Okay, Julie. All right, let's see, Julie. 609. Okay, do you know someone in spirit who would have been a smoker, please? Very strong smoker? Well, the first thing I want to say is don't worry too much about that, but I just want you to know I suddenly get smoking all over the place. If I was a clear, I forgot what they call that. Gustan's is this word for the smelling, but I don't. Oh, clear aliens. That's when you smell. I would be smelling it now, but there's smoke everywhere, all around me right now, and I hear the word fumar, which means in Spanish to smoke. I don't know. I don't know what your background is, and doesn't necessarily mean you're Spanish. So I just want to continue with that. Okay, smoking is around the house. Smoking is in the house a lot for you. You're really around smoking a lot, or somebody in your vicinity is smoking. This is on Earth now. Would you understand that, please? Somebody on Earth is smoking around you. Okay, so okay. So okay, so let me just say again, I felt that there's a father figure for you in spirit, and then all of a sudden I felt smoke all over the place. So are you confirming that a father figure of yours is in spirit and he was a smoker? Is that what you're confirming here? Okay, don't tell me anything more than yes or no. I'm going to control the answers a little bit. But I feel father figure for you. That could be grandfather also. I feel smoking all over the place. I see this person, whoever it is. He looks like carrying extra weight, particularly in his stomach area. And his hair looks like it. I cannot see the top of his head because right now he's wearing a bit of a hat. So what I'm trying to say is I don't see if he's bald or not. All I know is he does show me that he would have had white hair. He can show it to me another way. And he's carrying extra weight on him. Again, it could be still your grandfather, your father. They could look similarly, whatever. But do you know anyone that description? Do you know either of them if they fit that description, please? Okay. So okay, forget about the white hair then. Just remember the stomach and the extra weight. Okay, you understand that. Okay, good. And his features on his face are, he has even features. Okay, this particular man. His nose and his eyes and his mouth are in proportion. He doesn't have a big nose, for example. And he has a little bit more of a rounder face and a long oblong face. Would you understand that, the man you're thinking of, please? Okay. He says something about him being a calm personality, not screaming or yelling or anything, but he is a strong personality. He likes to have his way. And he is rather, his words, a bit on the controlling side, or he uses the word dictatorial. So he's not saying a lot or screaming, but somehow he's got a strong will to have things his way. Would that make sense to you about whom you're thinking of, please? Yes or no? Okay, that's fine. That's fine, love. And you can, yeah, you can do I don't know as well. Well, he says he has a strong personality. He's rather dictatorial. Oh, and he also adds on to that, he's laughing a bit. You know what I mean? And then he says, and he says, your mother told you all about him, so to speak, or there was words about him afterwards. So take that as you will. That's kind of what I'm hearing. I won't let anything else about that. You don't need to answer that, okay? All right. And I also get, as I move into his energy, there's a problem in the throat and chest area. And there's a problem with breathing and respiration for this individual. Would you understand that as a health issue for him? Do you know anything about that? Well, that's kind of what I mean. I mean, it would have died of something to do with respiration, breathing. Do you understand that, please? Yes or no? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry if I sound a little intimidating. I sound a little strong in the personality department, but it's okay. You're doing good, Julie. Not to worry, my love. Yeah, now there's a reason for him being here, reason for him sending signals, okay? And we're trying to move to that, okay? As I say those words, I'm feeling or getting in the sense of there being a younger person on earth to you, as if you have a child or offspring. It doesn't have to be, I'm not saying that you have, I'm just offspring. It may not be a baby anymore, but offspring. Would you understand that, please? Or no? Yes. He's very concerned about, I get the little one or the youngest one, very concerned about this particular person. And he says something about acting out all the time or out of control. Would you understand that, please? All right. That's why he's sending you signals. Okay? Because he wants you to know that he loves you very much and he's looking out for you in the spirit realm and trying to help you with this problem as best he can. He's going to give you a little advice now. Not me, it's him. He says, love is a universal thing. He says, when you give too much love, it's taken the wrong way. He says, now it's time to pull it back a little bit and allow that person, that man, I think he's a male, to do what he has to do with his own life until he can get better on his own. You can't fix him. Okay? You Yeah, you cannot fix this person. So he says, better you take care of yourself now. And I want you to know that as far as I'm concerned, this is the right thing to do. He says, I love you, whatever your choice is, but as far as his opinion is, that's the right thing to do. And that goes back to when he said he was a strong personality, rather dictatorial, because he likes to set boundaries. You're this father figure to you. And that's where he's coming from is in line with his personality, which is kind of person to, he wouldn't talk this. Believe me, if he was around, he'd be saying stuff to you like you got to take the reins of the situation. Don't give him any more of what you're giving him, and allow him to figure it out on his own. Okay. All right, my love. I hope that. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I know, honey, it's amazing to think that somebody in the spirit realm can give you advice, but that's the way this works. And they know what's going on. Okay. Go ahead. Well, yep. And he's trying to help you now. So everybody listening, in case you can't hear, people on Facebook might not be able to hear, that she sees 1111 all the time, and it was connected to someone in the spirit realm who just came in and explained why. Anyways, well, good stuff. Thank you so much, Julie, for calling in, love. Thank you, honey. Bye. Thank you, love. My pleasure, love. Okay, thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, yeah, that was very interesting. So I'm going to the person who appears to have been waiting longest in the queue. I'm very careful with my words here because sometimes things look a certain way and they're not necessarily that way. Hi there, area code 3. Who am I speaking? Hi, who am I speaking with? What's your name? Hi, what's your name? Shakira. What was that? What is the name? Shakira. Okay, good. When you was, I got it. When you were speaking, there's a little feedback on the line or delay. There's a little delay. Okay, Shakira. Do you have a question about your own life? Are you calling about something else, like another side connection? All right, let's see. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Can you locate to an area that's a little quieter? Because it's actually hard for me to read. All right, love. Thank you, honey, because it's distracting. I have to focus. Okay, honey. Shakira, 334, love or money? Which should she be talking about now? Money's okay. Money's all right. It's not exciting, but it's all right. You're making ends meet. And there's really not much you could do with money right now other than do what you are doing. However, there will be progress in this area as you continue to push yourself forward. In it looks like the career that you're in, the job that you're in, you will get further ahead there. But right now, it's a small amount of money. It feels like you're at a beginning place with it, if you will, not really gotten very far along. And it feels like it's in healthcare. What do you do, Shakira? Okay. Oh, maybe that's why I get a feeling of health around you. I thought it was that you had a job. There's something to do with enough money, but I just want you to know that I feel money will get better even though you see yourself as limited. That somehow, if you continue to push ahead some way in the area of money, something's going to come to you. So I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, even though it feels like a very small amount of money and you're getting by, I do feel that's going to improve. And if you're working on something, like if you're trying to get something more with that, I do feel it's going to come to you. So don't give up there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right. Well, that was where I was going to go. Yeah, let me just go to that, love. I only do one question per caller, but I'm not going into depth with her, everybody, so don't get excited. Because I don't really, I mean, I have a feeling I need to say that about money for you, and now I'm going to go to the left. Well, they're giving me a very favorable outlook again for you with love. Love is good for you, even though you don't have anyone in your life. They give me a feeling good with this party life. Like you know how to attract, you know how to get what you want, and you're very good at communicating your feelings and getting what you want. Now, as I say that, I'm going to see, look around you and see if there's someone from the past or someone from the future or why they're saying this. No, no one from the past is coming back. You're good at, that's lucky, by the way. But in the future, you'll be meeting new who you are going to like very, very much. He will come to you soon. You will not have to wait very long, perhaps in a week to 2 weeks. I know that sounds very fast. Yeah, it won't happen. Won't take very long for you to meet somebody that's very much to your liking and that you get along very well and be able to be with this person for quite a long period of time. I also feel that there's a commitment there that would be coming to you from this. Now, that may sound pie in the sky to you, but maybe it doesn't. I always give the message. I always give the message, whatever it is, because you're a very attractive person inside and out and charismatic, and people love you. And that it's not that hard for you to hook up with somebody. The problem was having it be continuous. And this one looks like it could be. Okay, my dear? Thank you, Shakira. Bye-bye, honey. Bye. Okay, going to the next caller who has been waiting the longest. I think it's that one, but let me just make sure. Oh, we got here 608. Hello, Erica. Hi. Hi, your name, please? Debbie, hi. This is Laura. What can Spirit do for you this evening? Oh, the first thing I want to know is I do feel a mother figure for you in spirit. If your mother's not literally in spirit, it means you need a lot of love and nurturing right now. So I just want to say that for you, Debbie. And let's go to purpose. Debbie's purpose. I'm going to ask Spirit, is she on her purpose? Yes or no? Yeah, you're on your purpose right now. You're beginning something new that you really like very much. It's a formidable challenge at the moment. It won't really start that easily. In other words, you're thinking of it, but it's not going to be that easy to do this. It has to do with something you did in the past that you want to reopen again or start again and renew again. It feels creative. It looks visual in nature, and that you're very good at this. I also hear there's a healing aspect to it. Let me see what there would be enough money for you over time in the field that you're looking and seeking to get involved with. And you don't need to look backwards. You only need to look forwards, because backwards is not indicative of what will be coming to you. Before, when you started this work, you were too young to take it seriously, although you did know you had talents. Now you're at a point where you could take it more seriously, and not be that perturbed or distraught by ups and downs, losing and winning, that you'll be able to steady yourself and weather the course, which is needed to get this to work for you. So it sounds to me like you're wanting to do something that is creative. It looks like a bit of this and a bit of that. It looks visual, like art, but it also has a healing aspect to it. And okay, they're also showing me something else. That it also looks like it could be decorative in nature, and perhaps something that we wear on our body, like earrings or something like that. And it also looks Native American in nature. So what is it that you're wanting to do, please, Debbie? What's it called? Okay, wonderful. Oh, wonderful. So that's what your purpose is. It's what you've done before. You didn't have the tenacity then, nor belief in it then. But this can work for you. And it's exciting. The reason I'm adding in the Native American jewelry, like I see beautiful long earrings with feathers on them and beads and all that, is because that could be an addition maybe to the line. But you should go ahead and do that. You can start small. You don't have to do it all at once. Okay. A little bit at a time, a little bit. It's really what you want to do, I feel, or you're thinking you want to do it, and it is right for you. So when you are working on your purpose, things will flow to you. So not to worry. Continue with that. Okay? Thank you, sweetie. Bye-bye. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm now going to the next caller who's been waiting longest in the queue. And that would be 724. Hi there, 724. Do you have a name? Oh, is this the Jennifer that I've worked with before? It sounds like my Jennifer. Okay, Jennifer, what can Spirit do for you this evening, honey? Go ahead. Fire away. Yeah. Well, the first thing I'm getting, maybe it's because it's on my mind, but I feel you're very confused about your purpose. It's a funny thing because we just spoke about somebody else and their purpose. Um, you're also sad about a gift that somebody gave you that wasn't enough or wasn't really what you wanted or expected, and like somebody let you down at a special time in your life. And so everything's sort of like feeling not right, if you will. Now, let me just see if I can. I have to I have to come up with a very specific thing so we can, give you something, some answer rather than I feel, you don't know what your purpose is, you don't know where you belong, you don't know if you're in the right place, and perhaps even with the relationship that you're in, because I feel there's been a disappointment recently there. Okay, so yeah, let's go to, does she belong where she is right now? We'll leave it open, yes or no. Spirit, yeah, you belong where you are in this life. This is the correct life for you. It's up to you to make things work, not up to anyone else. And that is why you're in this, because your soul is trying to teach you how to make things work within the context of not so great. Learning how to make lemonade from lemons, learning how to come through with the things you really want, even though it seems everything around you is not supportive of that. You're a very mystical, magical person. You have a lot to share. Believing in that is critical for this to evolve. If you don't believe that you are a magical, mystical person with a lot to share to help people, then you will never pursue your gifts, which is what we already said before, which was writing. Correct? Remember we said that before? Okay. You should get going on that. Don't always stop yourself. It's something that you can do part-time, and writing from your heart about magical, mystical things. Now, I'm going to drill down on that a little bit because it sounds very interesting to me. And maybe this will give you a focus. All right. So Jennifer, magical, mystical things. You're trying to create something on your own. You're working alone at home a lot on this project. It is giving you a lot of grief right now. You feel fairly blocked in the area of self-expression and expressing your gifts as a magical healer of sorts, but using words, if you will. We are suggesting as your guides to use poetry and mantras or poetic mantras, if you will, or poetry to be used as mantras, healing themes within the words that you set to paper. That this can become something for you. Now, I'm going to say it a different way because it may not make sense to you, but they're showing me that you can do poetry or poems or even prose that has healing elements to it. Like when people read it, it becomes like something that permeates their subconscious. They get more to it than just the words. They get a shift. Okay, so you need to go into an altered state when you're doing this. Don't worry so much about how it sounds. Let it flow. Let the words flow. And then you come back to another time and look at it critically. You know, that's the writing. That's what people do when they're writers anyway. But there's something very magical and mystical and creative about the work that you're creating. You should continue to do that. You will find a publisher eventually because you are meant to be published. So not to worry. Okay, it is on your path. Okay, my dear. And that will give you a whole lease. Have faith in yourself. What was that, darling? You were going to say something? Yeah, it's like as if you might be in the middle of a story and then you break into this poetry. There's almost like a mantra that will shift people. It's kind of magical and mystical, and it can be embedded in the project. And the creative gifts you have are extraordinary. You should not overlook them. You should have complete and utter faith in what you do and get joy and delight from that. It is up to you to live your life. It is up to you to bring yourself happiness. No one else can bring that to you. And that is your journey right now, okay, this lifetime. It's learning how to be the source of your contentment, the source of your happiness, so that if anything goes wrong outside yourself, you still will be the cause of your happiness. Now, this is true of many people. But it's very, very, yeah, it's very much in your life now. This is your purpose. This lifetime is to activate this kind of a thing. And wait a minute. Yeah, and by aligning with your purpose, by aligning with belief in yourself, you'll find that things will come easier to you and earlier to you than you even expect. So don't give up on your projects, my dear. Okay? Okay. You're welcome, love. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, that was Jennifer. And I'm looking for the next person's been waiting the longest, and there it is. Have I spoken to you before? Yes, I have. 724. Who's this? Hello? Hello? I think I spoke to 724 before. Okay, sorry about that. Whoever it is, I don't know. They ran somewhere. Okay, I'm going to area code 201. Right there. Hi, this is Laura. Hi. Hey, Jackie, how are you today? Okay. Well, yay! Hey, I'm so happy for you. So what can spirit Oh, that's true. Oh, sure. Let's see what we can get for you, my dear. There's your name again is Jackie 201. I feel a couple of different people. One is a younger male to you, younger than you, and then there's also a like older woman that's with him. Have you lost a son or somebody in the family? Yeah, younger male, please. Oh, okay. Oh, oh, yeah. I'm going to see if he wants to develop. Okay. If he will develop. Okay. Well, he already did appear. He's eager to speak. He loves you very much. He says, "Tell mom or mother, mama, hello for me." His mother. He's in the spirit world with grandma and other mother figures. I don't think your mother's in spirit. At least she's not showing me herself right now. Feels like an older female. Um, anyway, he's there. Let me just see if I can pull him in a little bit more clearly. It was an accident. Tell mama it was an accident. Uh, there was nothing to do with him in the transition. In other words, he was not the cause of his transition. It was an accident. Now, do you know, does that make sense, honey, from the context that you have about this? Just yes or no, love. Okay, I'm going to ask you not to reveal. Just tell me yes or no next time, okay, love? Because I don't want to reveal. So that to me means that I don't have a clear connection yet because he said it was an accident. He did nothing to cause this. All right, well, we'll that because there's no contradiction yet. I don't know what he means by that. Let me continue with this. It was supposed to be this way. I didn't take my own life. I didn't do anything to myself to hurt myself. It was a karmic thing or set up this lifetime that I was to transition and decease this way. Tell everyone that I love them very much. It looks like he would have a daughter or younger female under him on Earth. Could be a younger sister, could be a granddaughter. I don't really know his age. Would you know of any younger female under him he's saying hello to? Sisters. Okay, good. He says, tell everybody, he said, hello. There's a karmic, I want to see if I can refine his connection because he keeps saying things that are a little contradictory. Bear with me, please. Okay. He says there was a lot of dizziness before he transitioned. He wasn't sure where he was or what was going on at the time of his transition. He was dizzy. Just yes or no, honey. Do you know anything about him being dizzy before he transitioned? Not right. You don't know anything about that. Okay, that's fine. There were times when he felt dizzy. So I'll just say that to you, even though you don't agree with it or you don't know about it. That's fine. I also feel that there's something going on in his stomach that he would have been have nausea or a problem holding food down. Do you know anything about that, please, Aunt Jackie? Now, when you say no, does that mean that you don't know about it or that you know it definitely is not true? Okay, thank you. Because I see dizziness, I see nausea, I see throwing up a lot. I see, also, I see him not staying home a lot. I don't know what he means, but going out a lot with friends and family and doing things with his friends and family. He does love people very much. He's a very gregarious, outgoing individual. He cares about you a lot. He was home alone a lot of the time and he didn't like being home, so he decided he would go out more often. Going out more often took a toll on his health. This is the thing that transitioned him earlier than normal. In other words, he's left Earth normal than a normal time to leave. This is a cousin of yours, right? You said not a nephew. This is but he is younger than you, right? Okay, he's young. He's younger. He's dying earlier than his days or his time to die. He says, I left my home a lot. I was going out with friends a lot. I couldn't stay home. It was boring for me. So I like to go out with friends and family. I like to get out. This is, and I don't know where he's going with this, Jackie. Okay. But I'm letting him talk. Okay. I'm letting him talk. Finally, I found out something about myself, that my health was not good. I was not sharing it with other people. I did take something to help him, like a medication or something to help him. He took something on a regular basis to calm his and the queasiness he used to feel. And also the dizziness, It was dizziness, queasiness and dizziness. It didn't really help much. And he was getting ill, sicker. He didn't really tell anyone about this until it was too late. And then he transitioned. Now, you said he was in the hospital. I don't know when. It doesn't mean he transitioned in the hospital, but you do know he was in the hospital. I'm going to allow him to talk a little more. I transitioned. He says at home, though. Now, you said he was in the hospital. Do you mean he died in the hospital, love, or you don't know? I can't hear you, honey. Your voice is muffled. Maybe you need to move your. And the S is that he died at home alone or in the hospital. He died in the hospital. He says home alone. All right. I'm not getting a really. All right. Well, we're not going to jump to his father right now. We just want to hone in on him. So what I'm going to do is try to get clarity with this person. Bear with me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go back and do you know if he liked to go out a lot? Was he very gregarious? Had a lot of friends? Liked to go out? Very, very much a talker. Would you understand or can you agree that he did not tell people he was not feeling well for some time? Even though, well, you don't know, but he's saying he didn't feel well and didn't tell him. All right, that makes sense then. Okay, those two things make sense. Now, you wouldn't know, but he says he was taking medication or self-medication to try to calm his stomach down. And there was a problem there, like throwing up, this kind of thing, that kind of a thing, really not holding food down well. I also feel that there's something going on in the stomach, like an ulceration or something there. But you don't know anything about that, right, Jackie? You said you didn't know anything. All right. All right, well, let's just see what else I can pull in that you do know, so we can really make this clear. If I can see him, that would be great. If he wants to show me himself. You want to show me yourself, please, sir? He says I was pretty good looking. Well, I don't see you, though. What I do see is a man who seems on the taller side, first of all. Would you understand that, Jackie, taller? Okay. Would you understand that he seems to be kind of slender in the shoulder area, but there is a little bit of a stomach sticking out on him? Would that make sense to you, please? Oh, you didn't see him towards the end. Okay. All right. Well, let's let the record strike that I see him slender, but there's like a thickness or a bloatedness in the midsection. Um, okay, and now he's going on, even though we're talking about his stomach a lot, he says there's a heart, well, you already told me this, I think, a heart disorder that runs in the family. It's not just him, but he does have this heart ailment. Didn't you say that before, that he had a heart problem? All right. Well, there's a problem with his ticker, he says, his heart, and that's giving him a lot of grief. The stomach incident confused him because he's having stomach aches. And so when this thing happens with his heart, he doesn't really know. He thinks it's like quite, yeah. Okay, but let me just say, sometimes one of the symptoms of a heart attack is a stomach ache. He already was getting stomach ache, so he didn't really he didn't know it was a heart attack, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And he didn't really take care of himself. They might have gotten him out of the house into a hospital, but it was a little late, is what I want to say. to take care of him properly. Okay, he transitions without any. So I want to say he's dying in the house, but he does go to the hospital. Okay, that's what I'm getting. He doesn't really know it's a heart attack because he misconstrues it or misunderstands it for his problem with his stomach. These maybe you can validate later. He transitions easily to spirit. There's really, he's very fast. There was no turning back. There was no like near death experience or anything where he could come back. He wasn't given a choice or an option. He transitions easily and rapidly into his home, which is spirit now. He loves everybody very much. He says, there's a dog also that's behind on earth. He says, take care of the dog for him or have somebody make sure that people take care of his dog. Do you know anything about a dog, love? Okay, well, he's talking about a dog. So take care of his dog for him. Do you have a dog? Well, then maybe he's just saying take care of that dog of yours for him. He likes the dog. But he says something about taking care of a dog that's on earth. I'm not getting the cleanest and clearest of him that I like to get usually. So I'm going to leave you with this, okay? And you can try again in a couple of months when things have settled down a little bit. Okay? I'm so sorry for your loss, Jack. Okay, love. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye, hon. Okay, so we have a couple of minutes left. Let's see who else we can explore spirit with. And we're going to 228. Hey there, 228. Did I speak with you before? Hi. Okay, what's your name, love? Sandra? Oh, Cassandra or Sandra, honey? Visandra. Oh, or Vandra? You're going to have to spell it for me, honey, because I need it for vibration. Oh, great. Okay, Zandra, pretty name. Okay, so what? Yeah, so what can Spirit do for you this evening, Zandra? Are you taking a lot of medication right now, honey? Okay, still have the other guy. Whew, okay, the other guy I just connected with. I'm going to have to ask him, please step away. Zandra, other side connection, or her own life. Spirit, what do you want to give Zandra? You're a very spiritual person, Zandra. You need to get on with your life now. You have to start taking control over things and not letting other people tell you so much what to do. There's a great deal of work for you to be done right now on earth, like as if you have a very strong spiritual purpose this lifetime. You need to take care of people and help people this lifetime. You are a counselor of sorts or someone that's supposed to be guiding and leading others. You already know about all of this. You are looking backwards rather than forwards, however. You're not, I don't, let me just tell you what they mean. You're looking backwards, not forwards, so you're not getting started on this more seriously. You're not thinking in terms of moving forward. See, the message is to move forward with your natural gifts and talents as a spiritual healer. That's why you're on earth. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Would this make sense to you, please, Andrew? Okay. Okay, they say, well, you're trying to help people right now in your life. You're kind of like a spiritual counselor to others already, maybe not getting paid for it, but this is something that you do naturally. You're very gifted in this area. Like you can see things, know things, feel things. It's not like maybe it's something so natural to you that you don't really understand it or see it as anything special, if you will. But you're supposed to be giving people guidance this lifetime. Maybe you haven't gotten into it yet. That's what they're telling me. Not everybody gets that message. Okay, so it's not going to be easy to do this. It's going to take a lot of work on your part, but believe it or not, try to deny it, try not to do it, and you're still going to be doing it. Uh, when we have a purpose like the one you have, there's no way to evade it. It will just come to you. So no need to worry. Now, in other words, you don't have to worry about making it happen. As I say those words, suddenly into your energy steps a male partner to you that is holding you back from your true insight to self, and that is sort of telling you what to do. Would you understand that, please? Okay. And he's holding you back from being clear about who you are. Now, one might say, well, no one can hold a person back from their true purpose. Okay? But we, as your guides, want you to be aware of this, to not listen to others, him in particular, to not take other people's opinions as seriously as you do. It's part of your becoming you to listen to you. And that's why you're in this situation right now with a person who is sort of holding you back a little bit. I'm not saying there's conflict, but I just want you to see it this way for a little bit of time, because that is where the turning point can happen. Listen to yourself and you will move forward. And then when you do move forward, you're going to feel like you found yourself, because right now you haven't found yourself. I hope that makes sense to you, my dear. Thank you. Love. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, thank you everybody for tuning in this evening. Everybody on Facebook, everybody here on Blog Talk Radio. I will be working with you all again next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you call in at 6:45 p.m., you have a very good chance of being spoken with. And the phone number is for calling in 347-945-5849. It's on my website. Spirit Medium TV is a page on my website which has all this information, including how you can get the free for me, which is a third more time free in your private session with me. Namaste.